I didn't get
Okay,
time.
we're live.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this special event with Rupert Chaturvedi and Manaz and myself. We are so excited to be here. We can't wait to dig into your portfolios, put on your thick skin so you can get some tough love so you can get a job. It's worth the tears now to get that job later. Rupert, do you want to introduce yourself? Like, I think everybody should know who you are, but maybe some don't. So, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Sure thing. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Hey, everyone. My name is Rupa Chaturvedi. I'm based in California. And my background is in product and UX design, 20 plus years of building and shipping products in the Silicon Valley. For the last 12 years, I've been working exclusively in emerging tech, AI, ML, AR, VR, whole bunch of emerging tech areas, and applying user-centered design thinking principles. My stints include a couple of pioneering AI startups and large corporations like Amazon, Uber, and Google, where I've built and led design teams as well. And recently, for the last 12 months or so, I have been the founder of Human Centered AI Institute, where we are offering AI education and AI consulting services. And I've been teaching for the last 4 years. I teach AI design to a broad range of tech professionals, including product managers and designers. And I've been working with Anne and Manas for the last couple of months, just contributing back to the community and helping you folks navigate this chaotic, world of career management with the impact of AI and whatnot. So portfolio reviews are, one of our, offerings to the community. I believe that a designer is as good as their portfolio. It's one of the strongest element of your overall career story that you can put forward. And I always tell my team, always be building your portfolio. No matter what you're doing, how busy you are, you should always be thinking about building your portfolio. So happy to share some insights, happy to address any questions, but I'm here to support you. And the way we want to run this session, and we were talking about this earlier, um, I want you to assume that you are presenting to a hiring manager, and most recruiters, most hiring managers have seconds to scan through your portfolio before they decide if you're a good fit or not. So I'm going to just run that session in a way that I don't want anyone presenting. I just want to look at the portfolio and share with you, think aloud as to what I'm seeing and what I'm inferring. In a portfolio review, what you don't want to do is explain yourself or defend yourself. What you want to do is just intake and make notes of, hey, what did this person understand? What did this person not get? And then you want to iterate on it and go back and talk to a few designers and make sure that they understood your portfolio the way you meant it to be. So you are positioning yourself as a designer. Is it coming across to me that this is who you are? This is how you're presenting and positioning yourself. That's the first question to ask and identify, are there any gaps? You want to position yourself as an AI designer. You want to position yourself as a conversational designer, as a senior or staff designer, or a principal level designer. Your portfolio should speak to it. You don't have to explain that to anyone. So if it's not, then let's identify those gaps and help you level up. So that's number one. Number two, are you a feature designer or are you a product designer? Junior to mid-level designers tend to fall in the bracket of feature designers, which means the portfolio scope, the way they tell their story should align with feature design, and then you should be able to position yourself as that level of designer. If you're a product designer, if you're a strategic designer, your portfolio should tell that story, and I'm happy to help you, kind of figure out whether it's telling that story or not. So if you were to take away anything from this session is, am I positioning myself appropriately? And is that coming through in my portfolio? And is the scope of my portfolio, my storytelling skills, what I'm showing as part of my work, aligned with the kind of roles I'm looking for? If you can take away these two areas of feedback, I think you will already level up your work and put yourself in a good place. And again, happy to address any questions.
Can I say something? So
Please.
you helped me a lot. Last time you reviewed my portfolio, and it helped me a lot to understand how I should present myself and my work as well. So I wanted to, like, if just 1 minute I can share, like, and say, like, I implemented what you told me on the hero section of my portfolio. So I wanted to show it to you again and see
Sure.
like how do you feel about it right now?
Let's do it, Manaz. Thank you
Well,
for
Manal's
sharing.
got a job, so
Yeah.
Oh
doesn't
my
help.
God. Congratulations. That is amazing.
Thank you. So that
That
was
is awesome.
helpful.
Oh, Manaz, you made my day. That feels so rewarding. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
Love it.
I stopped
Love
this
it.
animated thinking in here, and I rephrased here,
Yeah.
like the content, the hero heading and subheading and everything.
Nice. This is so much better. It's very clear to me. I like the second line. I was iffy about it a little bit, saying, why is this needed here? But then it's telling me who you are as a designer, what makes you different from every other designer that's designing intuitive experiences, user-centered, the same old keywords everyone uses. So this makes
Yeah.
me feel like I see your personality and who you are as a person shine through. So this is really nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I appreciate the last piece. I think it's a bit of a minor thing, but for me, it's huge. It's telling me what your background is very quickly. And this is just the kind of attention to detail, guys, that gets you in the door. Is you are an Amazon product listing where your metadata is helping people make decisions. And what I mean by that, if you're not familiar with this concept, I worked for 6 years in Amazon and learned this at this company where every time a customer is making a decision to buy a product, it's the metadata that helps them make the decision. It helps them make a fitment analysis. Is this a good fit for me? So rating, shipping information, pricing, all of these little things add up and help the user make a decision. So you have to use that same mental model. If I'm applying for a B2B role, what information can I share upfront so that the person who's reviewing my portfolio, without having to scroll too much or click too much, quickly get that metadata that helps them make that choice that this is a good fit. Let me keep scrolling. So great job, Manaz. This is really looking better.
Thank you. So I don't want to take much time. We have a lot of portfolios to review. So
Yeah.
Rupa, do you want to share so you can kind of navigate?
No, I prefer not to. I
Okay.
don't, I'm not familiar with this
All
setup
right.
at all.
Manaz, go ahead. You do it. You're the most familiar with that. So we're going to start with somebody who got waitlisted last time, Lumbini Sharma. So let's hit it. Let's see what she has.
Okay.
I know she's been working really hard.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is a great start already. I can, without even looking at the work, Lumbini is helping me understand what her background is. She talks about accessibility, which means that she has that additional focus or skill set, which is good to know. B2C platforms that solve real user problems. Okay, I would word this a bit differently, Lumbini. Pick one. Are you a B2B designer or a B2C designer? You don't say B2C platforms, it's a bit confusing. And it's always good to be narrow and specific rather than broad. I think that's what in this market, it's a bit better to be more specific and more narrow. So I would urge you to think about picking one of these areas. And then in the B2B space or B2C, whichever you pick, what is your specialty? What have you done so far? Building something that is solving real user problems, every designer has to do. So that's too generic for me. If you have done something specific, like you're a mobile specific designer or your analytics and dashboard, like anything of that sort would really help. And then you want to maybe write a little bit about number of years of experience or in industries that you've worked in. So add some pills, add some metadata here. This is your mini resume. Very quickly, I get a sense of, so hiring managers looking for the following metadata. Number of years of experience you've had. How can you communicate that very quickly without having read the resume? As a hiring manager at Amazon, Google, Uber, startups, the first thing I want to know is this person at the same level as my rec? That's the first question I have. And I don't want to waste time reviewing a portfolio or a resume that does not meet that criteria. This might be my personal quirk, but I prefer reading portfolios over resumes. I've hardly looked at resumes. I typically look at portfolios, and if that's interesting, I would potentially spend time on a LinkedIn profile rather than reading a full resumes. I leave that part to the recruiters. So your portfolio is your best foot forward when it comes to the actual direct hiring manager, and you want to make sure that snippets of information about you tell your story, and this is your mini resume section. So I would just ask you to add some of that. Now I'm looking at the other side of the section. I'm reading things like UX design. Okay, redesigning, trusted positioning, source solutions, menu
Hold on,
creation tool.
timeout already.
Yeah. Okay.
UX design case study with a period, lowercase some. UX design case study, no period, all uppercase.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to jump in on that one. And also, Rupa, can you speak to like, what if she has never had a job and these are all school projects or passion projects? What's a good way to sell yourself if that's your situation?
Okay, that is a good question, guys. That is a pretty normal situation to be in. First of all, do not feel less about yourself if you're in that situation. After spending 10 years in the industry, going to school and starting from scratch, I was in that situation myself. And I tell you from my personal experience, number one, don't let that make you feel less of yourself or undersell yourself. Even if you've not had a job before, you have some competencies, you have skill sets, potentially you've invested time and effort in building out your portfolio. Hopefully, you've done real work, and that work speaks. So, if somebody is looking for early stage, entry level candidates, then that's what your portfolio should tell. And they get it. They get that you don't have tons of years of experience. Otherwise, they should be not looking at your portfolio. So, don't BS. If you are an early stage person, position yourself like that. But make sure you're doing the work behind the scenes. You have actually gone through the entire design process, talk to a few users, do some iterations, build prototypes. You do the work, it shows. That's all I will say. Do not let the fact that I've not had real world experience impact the quality of work you're showcasing in your portfolio. And then go with confidence. Don't let anything intimidate you that, hey, just because I've not had real work it's a chicken and egg story. If you don't get the job, how will you get the real world experience? But what's the closest thing you can do to simulate that real world experience, which is pretend you're in a real world environment, talk to real users, build real prototypes, build real designs, and develop real insights and tell the story. What somebody is looking for in an early career candidate is high quality design output. Your design quality should be superlative. That overshadows the lack of experience. And then the fact that, hey, if they join my team, can I rely them to kind of just do their work? Are they so new that they don't even understand the basic design process? Have they ever talked to a user before? Like even college grads have done this kind of work before. Most design colleges teach students to talk to real users. They teach the basic design process. The quality of work is at a certain level, right? So if you can demonstrate that, you're still in a very good place. We have hired fresh graduates from many colleges before, and what we're looking for is, in order of priority, quality of work, and then experience with the design process, and third thing is storytelling. So those are three things that you want to highlight. I have can I just quickly scroll down, Manas, on what the other projects are?
Yeah, sure.
So, and is this person a new college grad? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I think she's pretty new.
We can look
Okay,
at
so
about
when,
her resume.
Yadi, I see your question, and we'll get there. Especially the
okay,
next.
so if you're a new designer and you've not really done real projects, or you've not had a job before, then you're positioning these projects as if you've already had significant impact, and that to me is a bit confusing. potentially misleading as well. So you want to position yourself as, for each of these projects, what was your unique POV? What was a unique skill set? So you don't have to go broad in every single project. You've got about 5 projects here, and I think the story you want to tell, I would pick 3 to 5 projects, guys. 3 is my favorite number. It helps retain, it helps remember, and 3 to 5 is pretty good. But your visual grid breaks here, so I would, kind of figure out a way to not leave the space empty. Anything that distracts the person who's viewing your portfolio. So things like what Anne called out, typos, spelling mistakes, basic grammatical errors, all of these things distract the person from what they should be looking for. And distraction is bad. Distraction is taking away the time and the attention from the right things to the wrong things, guys. So make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's when you are, presenting your portfolio. I do not get a sense of the quality of work from this page. I'm still on the home page, and I feel like this information about one, I do not like these typos and grammatical errors. It is distracting me. There's designing an iOS app. We're just going to look at the headlines on here. So very quickly, this seems like a research and design case study, and it says iOS app to guide the museum visitors. Okay, which museum would be nice to know, and what did the user want to do here? What were you guiding them for? Was this an audio or an audio visual or something different? So would be nice to have a little bit more insight here. Then let's move on to the next two. Manaz, if you can scroll up, please. I'm looking at these 2 projects. Enhancing the usability, accessibility of use is one of the most popular gamified learning. Too much content, I'm already lost here. If you can't put the name, then just make a smaller sentence here, because I'm already confused.
So
If this is a project about improving accessibility and usability, that's awesome. I like to hear this kind of diversification and narrow focus. Like, okay, you're a person who can build iOS apps, you're a person who can focus on accessibility, but after the word accessibility, I'm lost. So please improve that there. It seems like it's a research case study, but then you're saying enhancing usability. So is it a design project? Is it a research project? That is confusing there.
She
Asking the
has, sorry to interrupt, Rupa.
Go ahead.
I checked out her resume and she has 2 years experience. So based on her resume.
Okay, that's great. That's great, guys. So if you have real project experience, put that on the top, prioritize that, and then tell your story. I'm just very respectfully, with a lot of love, giving you feedback, hard feedback that you might hate me for. But remember, this is what will make your portfolio even better. So please make notes of what I'm saying. When you write things like US is one of the most popular, there's a lot of grammatical error here, and then I don't know what this means. So please fix that and be very clear. If you are improving accessibility and design, but it shows research case study, it can be confusing. So be very, very simple and clear here. And then I'm going to keep reading, because I want to give you feedback on the headlines first, and then we can talk about these hero images of the project. So asking the right questions, working towards making iSolve risk a success. I don't know what that means. So if you are trying to communicate that you are a perceptive researcher who can add value by asking the right questions or directing the team's effort into generating impactful insights, please communicate that effectively. And you can use ChatGPT to set up your profile. I'm a designer with 2 years of experience. This is the type of work I've done. Upload your resume and then say, for each of these projects, put in your current copy and ask it to improve the copy. And create a prompt that says, write it in a succinct way. The reader is going to be a senior UX designer in a large company, blah, blah, blah. And I'm writing for them. Use AI to help you with some of this copy, updates, and you will get some good outputs there. So this is confusing. I don't know what this means. I don't know what iSolve risk is. And how did you make this a success? By asking the right questions. Very confusing too. So take some time to make sure that somebody understands what you're trying to say here. Let's keep moving, Manas, on the top section now. So we've got 2 more projects here. redesigning trusted positioning solutions, venue creation tool, driving the customer. Okay. If you have actually contributed towards improving the customer acquisition rate by 33%, that is pretty big shit, guys. This is huge. So make sure that this is becomes your featured project. Maybe make this a full page thing, and toot your horn here. If this is what you've accomplished, this is important. After reading driving customer acquisition rate by 33%, before that, everything else is I'm lost. I don't know what that means. So please clean that up as well. The second one is 100% success rate in acquiring sponsors and 25% reduction in customer support tickets. Okay, two different outcomes. Simplify, keep it to one. That will be helpful. Nobody has time beyond 30 seconds to read every single detail and understand what you're trying to say. So give them the metadata that they need to make a decision whether you are the kind of person they want to hire. So a person with 2 years of experience is looking for early stage, entry level roles, and you are not a person who's going to drive maximum impact, but you can have a very, very specific POV. You would have had some very specific accomplishment, and your quality of work has to be super high. So again, to clean up the copy, you don't need to write design case study unless you want to be very clear that I can do research and design, which means going back to whatever you've written under your name here. You're saying design, but a lot of your projects are research. So again, make sure that it all adds up. Are you a designer who already also does research? Are you a researcher who does design? Like, be very clear about that. All of these things need to add up. You're a designer, so you need to connect the dots across the board. Last comment I would make on this portfolio is these images are not giving me anything. I have no clue what your quality of work is. So my recommendation would be to break the grid down into a single column grid and expand the size of your images and put your best foot forward. Pick a screenshot or preferably a prototype GIF or a video that tells me how you design. What's the quality of your work? I prefer people don't use these mock screens because it takes away from what I want to focus on. I really don't care if you have a MacBook or a MacBook Pro in the background. I want to see your work. So what can you do to give me a glimpse of your work? Should be the most high resolution glam shot. We call it the glamour shot of your work. So I would replace your grid with a single column layout and then expand. That's the hero of the story, is your work. So make sure that stands out and then clean up your copy. I think if you just do that, you will already see a much more improved portfolio.
Thank you. Want to go to the next?
Yeah, let me set up the next one. So one of the questions were sort of about Yadi asked what is she looking for people who've been in the field for a while, which leads right into Eros. I can't wait for you to see this one because it's not at all like what we have seen together in the past.
Okay. And is that question from Eros as well?
No, the question's from Yadi, but there is another portfolio of somebody who's seniors too. So, I mean, there is a difference, right?
Yeah.
So Eros has been around for a while. He's done some cool things. He's worked at some cool places.
I love it. Yeah. I can answer that question before I jump into this very quickly. Again, when you say I've been in the field for a while, that means you have built some repertoire of, hey, what type of industries you've worked in? What is your focus area? Are you a web designer, mobile designer, multi-channel designer? Are you Android versus material? Like what would be your strength areas? If you guys remember the amazing consultancy called IDEO, they used to promote this concept of a T-shaped designer. And I think that is super relevant even today, actually more so relevant today. What is your T-shape? There should be some areas of breadth, and there's that, the pillar of T, that is your depth. So at this point, after many years, your depth should be what this is the story you're telling. The assumption I would make is that you already have the breadth. So that's not the story you want to tell. That kind of showcases as part of your work. But the story you want to tell, the positioning, the pitch you're making is about your depth. So what am I looking for somebody with some experience is strategic perspective, strong storytelling, strong positioning statements. And I'm not looking for feature level scope, I'm looking for product level scope. So I'm looking for impact, I'm looking for scope, I'm looking for your T, like what is your depth there. So that's a very high level answer to your question. And we can look at some of these portfolios and try and address that. So Eros, this is already fantastic. And let me explain to people why this is fantastic. I can see on the left hand, my left hand side, that Eros is positioning themselves as an AI designer, right? An AI experiences designer. When you say products that defy convention, I think that is not helpful. It doesn't tell me anything. So maybe you want to revise that section of your statement. Maybe you tell a story that says, okay, I design AI interfaces and experiences, or you can say product experiences as well. But then in what area? Are they in a specific, again, vertical, industry, a specific platform? I think that would be more effective. And I can see in the second line, I'm a design engineer. Like, why are you not telling that story upfront, right? Uh, Design engineers are so hot right now. Eros, I hope you land in a good place. It is a very hot role right now. And a lot of folks are looking for design engineers. So with a decade of experience in deep tech based at NASA Research Park, and holy shit, this is awesome. So why is this not on your top of the list? Is two different stories. I want to simplify the top header, remove this defy convention BS stuff, just focus on the second line, make it bigger. So I can read the first one, you're an AI interface designer. Number two, you're a design engineer. Awesome. I want to know that upfront. That is huge. And then I can see the companies you work for. I love that. That is your mini resume right there, Eris, and you've done a fantastic job of telling me who you are, how you're positioning yourself, what you've done. Would be helpful. I mean, I love the NASA reference here, but if you could just maybe add a little bit more clarity. Are you a creative technologist? Are you doing conceptual work? Are you doing something? When you say NASA, when you say products that defy convention, it puts you in the bucket of conceptual designer. So maybe you want to clarify that. That's all I would say. But otherwise, on the right hand side, I can see a slideshow of different projects you've worked on. Let's just look into that a little bit. So I'm looking at the Salesforce screenshot. All it's telling me is this is a Salesforce project, but doesn't tell me more than that. I can see another project here which says, okay, this seems like a conceptual interface design project. God view for your brain. Wow. This is some really cool shit here. Okay, so Eros, correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be very strong in the area of conceptual design. Why not say that, right? And your work seems to represent that. The only mismatch here is I'm not able to connect the dots between Salesforce and everything else. Salesforce is a traditional enterprise application, so maybe you want to clarify that. But at a high level, if I am looking for a design technologist, this is a slam dunk for me. I'm like, okay. The only feedback I would give you here is instead of showing these screenshots, which are not telling me much, I want to see your work. What do you do? Like, if you're a design technologist, why don't I have prototypes and movement and cool animations, or why don't I see GIFs or videos of your work? That would position you even stronger. And then under your section of companies I've worked, please list the tools. I am hearing this over and over again. People who are looking for design technologists want to quickly grasp a sense of what kind of tools you have worked on. And the broader, the better, right? So I would say make some minor copy adjustments to make it even more sharper, add your toolkit underneath, and then your work is a bit static. And I don't expect that from a design technologist. I would like to see more interactive work, and that would put you in a much stronger position. Manas, feel free to click on any of these and let's take another look at any of these projects so that we can give Eris a little bit more deeper feedback here.
Do that one. Do that one.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
That one's exciting.
Is that what you meant, Anne?
It doesn't matter. Just they're all exciting.
Okay, let me share. Like, I think I
Like I don't even know what that one means. The
The brain thing. Yeah, I would love to see that too.
the green.
the
This
brain.
one?
No.
Oh, the brain.
Manaz, I have a question for you. Are you able to scroll, or the animation is fixed, like you can't scroll on your own?
No.
Okay. Eros, I
Uh,
would change that. I would
this
give the user a little bit more control and help them navigate on their own as well,
You can
because
click
nobody
in.
wants to sit
You just
and
can't
wait.
see it.
Sorry?
so
You can click in. You can click through, but it's like a carousel, but you can barely see it.
so it
Yeah,
takes
but I
you to
want to
this.
be able to browse on my own rather than wait for the carousel to
No,
update
you
itself.
can.
You can? Okay.
Yeah. It's just you can bear. You can't see it. It's so transparent. It's almost invisible.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Good
But
to know.
sorry, I didn't. I hate to cut you off, Rupa. I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, no, not at all, not at all. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so what am I looking here? I am trying to figure out. Um, this seems like a workspace. I'm just thinking aloud here. What am I seeing here? Uh, Manas, do you mind scrolling down? I want to see what this is about.
It's a GitHub repository for the project.
Ah, I see. Okay. Okay, let's see another project then.
Okay.
What is the, okay, he's explained the project, but it seems like a GitHub screenshot. Okay. Well, let's see another project.
Give me another. Okay, let me switch to this one. Okay. I love the sound of night.
Oh, is there audio in the portfolio?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can't hear. That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love
Is
it.
it awesome though? I can't stand that. I need. I'd be immediately looking for the switch to turn it off.
Yeah, you should have a button to turn off, but I think it's pretty cool to position yourself as a person who can do multimodal stuff too. So I thought it was cool.
I mean, I can't hear it, but I'm like super sound sensitive, so that's just me.
I
It's so
see. Okay.
light. It's yeah.
Oh, it's light. Okay, we can't hear
Yeah.
it, so I'll zip it. But is there anything to click into here? Can you click into any of this?
I think here, partner with us, read the white paper, and
Oh, I
in
see.
GitHub, Instagram. Maybe he designed the whole thing,
Okay.
and it's a
So
live version of what he designed. I
I
think so.
see.
I don't know.
I think it's work in progress too. Neuroadaptive software for human machine interfaces. Okay. Eros, this is awesome stuff. I just can't see your work. So that would be my feedback to you is sharpen your copy, add your toolkit, show me your work. I think those are three things that I would leave you with. But this is already high-end work for someone who's positioning themselves as design engineering. So I think your positioning is strong. Your breadth of work is strong. I would spend some time adding a few projects where you have built something using vibe coding tools or AI tools. That would be a strong addition to your portfolio. And then I want to see the meat on the bone. I'm just seeing a lot of teasers, but not the real work. So that would leave me as, hey, this is awesome, but where's the work, right? So if I were a hiring manager, I would feel like a bit, I would find this a bit incomplete and you might not make it to the next round. So please make sure that you're actually showcasing your work as much as you can.
Awesome. Before we exit the senior realm, I don't know if the next, either way, there's a question. It says also, what if you're tired of your depth and you would like to switch areas and leverage transferable skills?
Give me more context, please.
Yadi, more context, please. I think a lot of what we're seeing is people who are like traditional UX designers trying to break into the AI or the conversation and are trying to get that under their belt, but not yet kind of thing. You know, I feel like I've been there myself, right? Like was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this conversation design thing because I saw Rupa post about it, and I had a angelic moment in my and an epiphany. And now what do I do? So what I did was just start building things in public and learning things in public and adding those to my portfolio. I'm not sure if that's what you meant, but that's how I took it.
Yeah,
Move
I'm
to
just
the next one.
Yeah, let's do that. While we wait for more context from Yadi, we can just keep moving. I want to try and give everyone an opportunity, whoever is signed up already. So I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Esdras. I hope that's correct. Design experiences that connect people and drive impact. Okay. I would like to see a little bit more here. What do you mean by drive impact? If you want to specify that with another line underneath, that will be great. What have you done to drive impact? Are you a B2B designer, B2C designer? Give me a sense of what you mean by connecting people. Have you done social projects? I'm just looking for more here. So it feels a bit incomplete to me. Let's keep moving.
Hang on one second, Rupa.
Yes.
I think it would be so helpful to people if you had to build like a form, right, and they had to fill it in for their hero section. What would the questions on the form be, right?
Good question. I love that.
Oh, interesting. I'm thinking about how I would do it myself. I would have a headline that would just tell the person how you're positioning yourself. And there's a bit of a fine line between what your background is and how you want to position yourself. You might be, an IC and you want to position yourself as a design manager. So that's the nuance difference there. So headline, how do you want to position yourself? Sub-headline, what have you done so far? Give me a one-line summary. If you cannot explain what your background is in one line, 10 years of experience doing emerging tech for B2B startup data. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. I'm looking for your experience level, looking for your industry background, and your T, basically, what is your focus area and design. So those would be the tagline. And then I'm looking for toolkit. Would be nice to see what tools you work on. Right now, at this point in time in 2025, it's become even more important. Till last year and before, we were all like, of course you do Figma, and I don't care what your toolkit looks like, because the world converged towards Figma, right? Before that, in the early days, if anyone remembers, we used to have InVision, Zeppelin, Sketch, a whole bunch of tools. So we wanted to know about your toolkit, but now it was converging to Figma. And then with Gen AI tools, we're all like, can you do Replit? Or can you do Lovable? Can you do this? Like everyone's kind of wanting to know your toolkit. So that would be nice to know.
Do you think enterprise cares about that, Rupa?
It's good to know, again, metadata, right?
Yeah.
When you are looking at someone who you want to hire, your brain and your subconscious is working towards all the check boxes you want to go through. So number of years of experience, industry alignment, relevant background, toolkit. I want to know if I use, I'm giving you a very specific example here. If you're not an AI designer, you still want to put it out there. Companies are getting very restricted in terms of what kind of licenses they get for AI tools. Most companies are using Figma. That seems like the default. But a lot of times I'm talking to designers who are telling me, my students and people I coach, they come back and say, we've only got OpenAI licenses. We've only got this license, right? And so if they feel like this person doesn't have experience in Lovable, where my company spent thousands of dollars getting a license, and they only use Cursor, for example, maybe they're not a good fit. I'm just making this up, but that's what people are looking for is this a good fit for what I'm trying to do? So again, if you are pitching for, going back to the senior design position, if you're pitching yourself, positioning yourself as a senior designer, your tagline should be about the impact you've had, the industries you've worked in, the number of years of experience you've had. If you're positioning yourself as a transitional career, like I'm switching from A to B, you still want to capitalize everything you've done in the past. So that's why I break it down: headline, sub-headline, right? Headline is where do you want to go? Sub-headline is where have you been? That is super important, guys.
So
Very,
simple
very
and
simple.
so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then your work says everything else. So the third thing I'm looking for is the quality of your work. If this is the best work you have done right now, what I'm looking at, then please show that. If not, go replace this and put the best work you're showing. High quality, a lot of times I've seen people put pixelated, low fidelity screens. Don't do that to yourself. Your work is the biggest piece of story you're going to tell here. So make sure that's big. I like full screen. I personally like to make things more visual. But I am looking at this portfolio. We're just scrolling through, right, and getting a
Yeah.
sense of podcast customization. Okay, go up, please, Manas. Job tracker. Okay, let's keep going. Refining your search. Okay, let's keep going. Platform evolution. Okay, so all of these projects, how is that telling the story of I design experiences that connect people and drive impact? I think that's a bit of a disconnect. If you're saying I connect people, I mean, please let the work kind of connect that dot there, right? So that seems like you don't want to say things that feel like frou-frou. You want to say things that are based on your work. And again, use AI to help you with that. You can upload each of these case studies into ChatGPT, create a project on Claude or ChatGPT, any one of them, upload every single case study, and then work backwards saying, this is my experience, this is my background, these are my accomplishments, help me design my landing page. If you can't get the person past your landing page, you've wasted your time writing your case study. So landing page is where they spend less than 30 seconds, decide whether they want to even click on any. So you can see most of these portfolios, we're not even clicking on a single case study because we're not getting what we need from the landing page itself. So
I just,
I want to,
sorry
yeah,
to interrupt, Rupa. I wanted to give you more context to help her.
yeah,
So I
yes.
just checked her resume, and she has a management background. She used to be a team manager. So I would like think that it's a great thing to mention somewhere in your like heading.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good to know that context, Manas. So, yeah, if you do you mind scrolling one more time? So I'm seeing UX designer platform in the first project, and then I'm seeing UX designer. So where is your storytelling on, hey, you have been a team leader, right? I think that would be good to know here. This screen, this image here, guys, for the search project. I mean, why would you put this screen here? Why won't you show search in action, for example? Or I'm looking at refining your search, tailoring filter options. Where are the filters? I would love to see what you did here. Sometimes, guys, a good practice would be a before and after screen. I think that tells us a stronger story. It is not common. I've not seen a lot of people do, but when I've seen designers do that, it tells such a strong story. This is what the experience used to look like. This is where I added value. It tells even more stronger, POV than reading a full case study. As a hiring manager, if I can see a before after, I'm done. I'm like, okay, this is where this designer can uplift the user experience. This is how they think. This is how they would go about fixing a situation. I think that's what I would like to see. So these screenshots are not doing you any favors here, so I would replace them, and then I would make sure that your tagline up there, designing experiences that connect people, blah blah blah, is actually telling the story of the work. So take some time, upload all your case studies into AI, and then ask ChatGPT to extract what are your strengths, what are the common patterns they are seeing across all your projects, and then use that to write your headline and your subheadline. That would be the hack I would give you, is for everyone, spend some time creating projects on your ChatGPT or Claude, upload every single thing, including your case studies, your resume, and then go step by step saying, first of all, analyze my background. Tell me what you see. Tell me what are the common patterns, what are my strengths, what are my accomplishments. These are specific words. If you ask it for patterns, if you ask it for accomplishments, if you ask it for strengths and what impact I've had, it'll give you each one of these separately. And then you can say, okay, write, I don't know, a mini headline and a subheadline explaining each of these projects, and it'll give you that. And then you can refine it in your own words, but at least you will get, why I'm asking you to do that is to get a partner in the process, to have a completely fresh set of eyes on your work. Sometimes we are so deep in our project, we are influenced by our experience at the work, how others saw our project, and not how the project has been for someone else, right? So AI can help you get that fresh perspective, fresh eyes on your project. Once you've done the individual headlines for each project, then work with ChatGPT or Claude and say, okay, now help me write my own overview of my headline and my subheadline, right? That would be a great way to update your portfolio. And then one thing that AI will not be able to do for yourself is your glam shots. So please focus on, again, your best foot forward. If I scan through this in 10 seconds and I don't get a feel for you are a senior designer, your work quality is superlative, and you mean business, like I really want to know, the work you do, not the hero shot of the landing page or the website, but what did you do? What did you bring to the table? And if you can, switch things up a little bit, one screenshot looks like, detail, maybe there's a prototype, there's a GIF, it just builds a variety. I think that'll make it even more interesting. So don't have rectangular screenshots for every single thing that gets, that again impacts the attention span. So those would be my inputs for Esdras. I hope that was helpful.
Rupa, same question though, as far as like the text explaining the case study. If it was a form to fill out, like what is the mandatory kind of boxes they need to tick to tell that story?
It's very similar to what I said earlier. Let's look at this one, right? The first one. I want to know, if you're a senior designer, I want to know what impact you had, number one, right? Senior designers are expected to talk about impact. I want to know the scope of the project. Were you designing a feature? Were you redesigning an entire design system? Did you launch a 0 to 1 product? I want to know, what did you do, right? Then I want to know, what was your unique contribution? Did you redesign components? Did you do information architecture redesign? Did you create net new components? Like, what did you really do? What was your specific contribution? Did you lead a team to run, ship this project? So I want to know a little bit more specifics around that. How long was the project? So I would add a little bit of metadata: duration of the project, tools you used, whether it was a B2B project, B2C, what industry it was. Again, this is a mini resume of your project. So give me everything I need to know. If you are applying, let's make this up. You're applying to a healthcare startup, right? I want to know if you've done enterprise work. I want to know if you've done complex workflows. I want to know, I maybe I'm not interested in zero to one product launches, because you're applying for an enterprise, work. So again, we are looking for fitment. And as a hiring manager, I'm trying to figure out, have you done work that is relevant to what you're doing? Why are we looking for that? Because I want to know, if I hire you, you can work independently without too much of guidance, support, and eating up my own bandwidth. Can you just come in and run with it, right? Can you deliver? Will you make me look good, or will you make me look bad? Those are all unspoken decision-making steps that a hiring manager is going through. So if your work quality is not good, you're going to make me look bad. I'm done, right? And then can you articulate yourself? If you're a senior designer and you cannot articulate the impact you've had, the work you've done, the role and the contribution you made, and tell a story in a mature way, how will you stand in front of leadership and defend your design decisions, or pitch your ideas, or get what you want out of that session, right? So that's going to be a disconnect from a communication perspective. So that's what we're looking for.
I've had a recruiter say too, it makes it easier on them if they see if it's fintech, health tech, like define it for them so they can look and see if they're hiring for fintech and you have 3 fintech projects and it was really easy for them to see that, you're going to make it through, versus if they have to dig for that information.
Yeah. In specialized industries like fintech or healthcare, I think this becomes more relevant, because having that background makes people feel a bit more comfortable that you get it. the industries are complex, the terminology is specialized. And when we were hiring for Uber Eats in the Bangalore office, we were looking for people who have worked in any kind of delivery systems, because it's a very complex workflow. If you understand the complexity of how something gets delivered to the last mile, I think that helps you pick up the work we are doing and appreciate the complexity. So sometimes people are looking for that kind of specialized background, and sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes I remember at Uber, we were hiring for an enterprise product, but looking for B2C level quality of work, because Uber design system is so mature and so gorgeous that we were looking for a very high quality of bar. So we were actually hiring B2C designers because we knew that's where the bar is really high from a quality perspective. So I think that's how it might vary from team to team. But again, you need to put your best foot forward. And if you have any doubts in your mind that this search screenshot is not telling the story, please go and create a better screenshot or create a better Figma file that you can tell. I personally feel that GIFs and videos triumph over static screens. I get a feel for how you're thinking, how you're making a user feel, how they're navigating your design system. So not every image needs to be a GIF or a video, but at least having one or two hero images. Again, pick 3 projects. Those are your hero projects. They should be the best, and maybe you have 1 or 2 on the side. But I might have worked on hundreds of projects. I only show 2 or 3 in my portfolio because I don't want to overwhelm the person who's looking at my website. But I just want to, I pick very carefully, this is the story I want to tell. So what is the story you want to tell? You might have different landing pages for different applications you're making, and that's totally fine, guys. Just pick and choose your battle. I think that'll be super important.
Wanna go to the next one?
This is the next one, yeah.
Yeah, this is the next one. Charmaine?
Hey, Charmaine, thanks for joining us. Okay, can we keep scrolling? I just want to get a feel for this portfolio. Here, okay. Keep scrolling, Manas. We'll just quickly go through and see what. Okay. This person, Charmaine, you seem to be a conversational designer. That's what I pick up from your portfolio. Okay, I love the videos. For conversational design, I think it's helpful to see the work in action. Was redesign for PayPal. Okay, so this is a concept project I can see. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for making it super clear. Keep scrolling up, please, Manas. Then I see end-to-end design of an AI chatbot. Okay, Sharman, Manas, is Sharman a new designer? It seems like she's not had a real project work. Is that
Not
true?
sure. I can't see her resume anywhere. There is
Okay.
nothing here. I can tell.
Okay.
Maybe here? No.
My art. Okay.
No resume, no email,
No other link, like to
Okay.
contact her or anything else. Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe
So
here.
what I like about this portfolio is that it's got the T-shaped thing very clear to me. There's no doubt in my mind that you are positioning yourself as a conversational designer. So there's no confusion around all these, random projects. It's very deep and very specific, but there is a lot to be clarified here. So this paragraph I'm not going to read. I don't know why you have a picture and a paragraph here. Why do you call your work art? It should be your work, relevant projects. A little about me section would be nice. Move all of this into the about me section. Talk a little bit about your industry experience. And if you're new to the industry, talk about where you went to school. Everyone has a school project. You can showcase your school project too. So if you are early career designer, focus on your education, focus on your major, focus on your school projects, and create an about me section. Before somebody reads about you, they want to see your work. Trust me, everyone wants to jump to the work before learning about what you do when you're not working. So all of this personal stuff, background, put it under the About Me section. Your hero section should have, we talked about the breakdown, right? And the form that you were talking about. Where's your headline? Where's your subheadline? What kind of work have you done? And
This
then
is the
I
same-
would,
Oh,
Sorry.
I noticed that this is the homepage, and that was the portfolio section.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Like, she just
this is
put it-
this is the portfolio landing page.
no, it's the homepage of her website, and
So everything
here,
was there. Okay.
if you click on portfolio, it gets us here. So
Oh,
we can like find other stuff here. So let's go to her resume. Okay, so
She's collecting those certificates, though.
yeah, so
I do the same thing. I think.
yeah, me too. Love
yeah.
certification.
That's all very good, Charmin, but I don't see work here. This is a cool landing page, but I really don't care about this AI generated image. I want to see you. I want to see your work. I want to focus on what you bring to the table. So take all of this noise away and give me a good sense of your work. So don't make me click one more click to just get to your work. I would take away that whole homepage thing, that image. It's not doing you any good. You are a designer, and your hiring manager is a user. And all of us are designers that serve at the pleasure of our user. Reduce friction for your user and give them what they're looking for very quickly. So a lot of your portfolio seems very artsy and less actual design work. So I would just spend some time visually updating your portfolio to make it look like a design portfolio and less of an art portfolio. If you are trying to get a job in the design world, then speak that language, bring those visuals forward, right? So when I look at this video,
No, it's
you
a
have
long video.
turned your case study into a video, it seems. That's not helpful at all. I think this is not, this is a nice to have, but don't make this the only way somebody can understand your case study. Show your work, show the conversations, do some annotations. I think that would be very helpful. I'm trying to see if I can find Maha's portfolio, and I'll send it to you later, and you can forward it to the group. So, Charmin, feel free to ping one of us on LinkedIn, and we'll share with you some example portfolios. But I think you have a lot of work to do on your portfolio where you want to showcase your work and your skill set. And I'm happy to share some examples that will help you understand where the benchmark is. And you might need to redo your navigation and your sitemap as well.
Somebody had said to me that hero section is like a billboard, and
Yeah.
as you're driving by, you need to sell what you're selling in that 20 seconds that you're driving past it. And that always stuck with me. And now I feel like maybe I'd be a good billboard designer, because it really is true. You have like 2 sentences and an image to make an impact and create a decision in somebody in seconds.
Yeah, I mean, look at the above the fold, right? That's where, if you can't tell everything in that, who's going to scroll past? And if you really see practically, it's microseconds, it's not even 30 seconds on your homepage. So put your best foot forward. Don't make people think. Don't make them click for more information. Give them whatever upfront information you can so they can decide whether they want to go past that above the fold hero section or not. Yeah. Okay. Are we
Awesome.
moving to the next one?
Yeah, next one.
Yeah.
Hi, Akanksha. Is every problem? Okay. Why am I not seeing your work already at this point? I think this is all very fun, but same feedback as Charmin. I want to see the work. I want to know who you are as a designer and what your positioning is. So yeah, let's click on the work.
Rupa, I love that. Headline tells me where you want to go. Subheadline tells me where you've been. Like, that should be a bumper sticker or something. Like, I think that's the clarity so many early designers just need that simplicity because they get so much feedback and
Yeah,
so much advice that breaking it down simple like that is going to change the way they approach and also save them hours, days, months, weeks.
absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, the more you can simplify this, the better. I know this world is, overwhelming when it comes to advice and, things you can do. But trust me, your simplicity will land you in a better place than all the confusion and complexity. So don't overthink this. But where I feel designers are lacking is just following basic design principles. Remember, the person who's reviewing your portfolio is your user. Would you design like this? You wouldn't. You would, if you can't design your portfolio right, it tells the story of who you are as a designer, right? So again, if you were to take away one thing from this session, is what are you positioning yourself as? What is your T-shaped story? And then, are you able to deliver high quality work? Three things, and you will already be in a good place.
And Rupa,
So
if
I
you're
would,
like super artsy and want to just get that out, you're the about page, right? Like, is that kind of where you say go wild a little bit?
yeah, do it. Like that's your expression, your personal expression of who you are. But save it for that page, guys. Don't get all artsy and personal on the homepage. Nobody gives a shit. I'm sorry, I don't mean it in any disrespectful way, but I don't give a shit about who you are, what you wear, where you travel, what your dog looks like, unless I know that you're a person who might be a potential fit for what I'm looking for. You have to be respectful for my time. I look at any point in time when I was at these companies, I was looking at, I'm not kidding, guys, 600 to 700 portfolios. That
Yeah.
is a lot of time a hiring manager spends, and it is not fun. It is a lot of work, taking me away from everything else I have to do, right? So it's a lot of deliberation. We want to make the right choice both for ourselves, our company, and you. We want to make sure it's a good fit. So don't forget, you're trying to find fitment. And if you can't tell the story of fitment, why should I spend time on your stuff, right? So, okay,
Oh, let me go back.
I'm still looking for the work here.
Oops. Oh, okay. Here. And then, okay, here. Projects.
Survey interface design for rare patients. Okay, that is helpful. Keep going, Manas.
Also, Rupa, what do you have to say about people who say animations are not accessible? Nobody should ever have them, period.
Yeah, I mean, animations, again, go back to basic design principles. What are animations doing for you? What's the point you're trying to make? Are they helping someone navigate better? Are they helping someone understand a quick transition that you're trying to demonstrate? Are you a motion designer? Is that your T shape? Are you a strong interaction designer? Use animations because you want someone to take away that you are a strong motion designer, you are a micro interaction designer, but don't do gimmicks. Nobody, again, likes that. A lot of people are trying to get to the meat on the bone rather than just looking at the outside. So I feel like anyone trying to use animations and special effects for gimmicks and just making it look cool will find themselves, like turning off the hiring managers here. So I see a lot of good work here. It just took a very long time to get to this point. I don't like the layout. It just feels broken to me. It could be much more cleaner. I don't know why there are so many colors and effects. It's so distracting. What I like is the headline, the metadata. It's telling a good story. I would love to see better glam shots here that really connect the dots with what I'm reading. The imagery and the what I'm reading feel completely off to me. So too many colors, too many gimmicky animations and special effects. Take all of that away. Simplify this. Clean up your layout. I love this video here with all the tools. Would be nice to have text underneath so someone who doesn't know the logos can understand. So don't rely on logos alone, I would say. And
Some of them are repetitive.
Yep.
yeah, so again,
This.
I
Yep.
think you could replace this section, maybe move it all the way to the bottom, and then focus on again, what's your headline? What's your positioning? If I've seen a lot of broad case studies, but how would you define yourself in your headline, in your sub headline, and just put your work out there, and then let your work do all the talking. And then you can have a about me section where people can learn more about you. So for Akanksha, I think strong case studies, good copywriting, your glam shots could be stronger, and all your gimmicky colors and effects are taking away from the actual story. Your layout looks very broken, so please fix all of that and take out all these animations. They're not doing you a favor at all.
Okay.
I think what happens, Rupa, too, people see those lists. So these are the 100 best UX, and every single one of them is loaded. Not every single one of them. A lot of them are loaded with a lot more animation than is necessary. My rule of thumb is if that animation isn't really showing a functionality of,
Yeah.
like on one of mine it's a chat bot and you can see the chat moving through.
Yeah.
It's showing you it's a chat bot. But for kind of glam reasons or just you think it's aesthetic, if it's not proving a point, get rid of it. Is that kind of safe to say?
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, think of your user. You're designing for your user. As a designer, would you put animations on your UI just for the sake of it? You wouldn't do that. You would use animations for a transition or a micro interaction or an onboarding. There's specific use cases for animations. Unless you're a motion designer, unless you are an interaction designer, why would you confuse and create friction for your
But
users?
there is a question. It says, are the tool logos taking away from her experience, though? Aren't knowledge of these table stakes now? Yes, but
Yes, but
not
why I can't make sense out of this unless I'm familiar with, I can see Notion, Slack, Figma, but I might not be familiar with every single tool. So
Yeah.
I would not make this an animation. I would literally create a separate section. I just mentioned this earlier that this is important, but do it the right way so that someone can read through and understand. Like move it to the bottom of this landing page and create a full section static with text so that I can understand what tool sets you've used. Yeah, this person seems to be very creative, and I think they're telling a story of how they are not just problem solvers but creative as well. I would just break it down into two links. Early in my career, I had a lot of creative work I wanted to showcase. Now I don't give a shit about it at all. But I had photography, I had a lot of cool stuff, and I had a separate section. And if you wanted to see what I do outside of work, you could click on that and you can discover. And in those good old days, guys, people used to care about this stuff. When IDEO was hiring, they wanted to know, are you a musician and can you build this and that outside of design? People cared about this stuff because your creativity mattered, your diverse thinking mattered. Today, the world is a very different place. So the feedback you're getting from me is a bit more aligned with what I'm seeing today and how people go through the hiring process. But that doesn't mean you won't run into hiring managers and teams that care about this stuff. It's just they don't have the time to dig into that until they've already made that decision that you are a good fit. After that, they want to learn more about you, explore. So again, there's this concept of progressive disclosure in design. If you are not applying strong design principles to your portfolio, it doesn't give me the confidence that you will do that in the real project as well. I see somebody familiar here. Hey, Kito. Kito is an MXDI alumni. Good to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Let's go to Kito. You ready? Let's do this. Okay. I'm a product designer and systems thinker. So Kito, I'm going to nitpick. So product designer in caps and systems thinker, not in caps. Minor detail, but fix it. Love it. Very clear positioning. You are focused on product design and systems thinking. I don't care where you're located, but it's good to know. Simplify complex enterprise and consumer workflows into clear human-centered tools. Love it. What you're doing here is telling me your T. At a broad level, your experience has been product design and system level thinking. And then you talk about, so if I'm an enterprise hiring manager, if I'm a B2B SaaS or fintech, healthcare kind of a person, I want to know that you've had the experience of working in complex enterprise workflows, right? So maybe the second line, Keto, you can make this a bit more clearer. When you say complex enterprise and consumer workflows, maybe give an example or two into clear. Lot of designers do that. I've seen people who worked in complex enterprise workflows. They like to say this, that hey, I try and simplify complex workflows, which is awesome, but give a little bit more, like, this feels a bit incomplete. The last line I would just remove. I don't think it's helping you anyways. So if I were you, I would remove this last line, and then the second line I would just augment by making it a bit more clear. And Keto, I know your background. I know you've done some fantastic work in the past. So add something about the industries you've worked in, right? Or the impact you've had, something to that sense. If you've had management experience, make this line about that. So here's how I would redo this hero section. I would potentially add, section with some image that could be a GIF or a video just showcasing different work you've done. And then on the other section, I would have your headline and your sub headline, and I would just connect the dots saying, this is who I am and this is my work. And that's good for me. It's given me what I'm looking for. I can tell from your headline and sub headline that you're an experienced designer. Even if I didn't know about you, I would have taken that away. But if you can add some more about which industries you worked in, number of years of experience, that would tell me a lot more. So that's right.
Rupa, your voice is breaking for me. Is it the same for you?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I think the
Okay.
basic gist of what she said earlier, right? Tell me where you want to go and tell me where you've been. I love that. I will use that forever.
Yeah, I want to use that on my headline as well. That was great.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I don't know if she can get back.
Let's give it a minute. We could scroll and
Can you hear me, guys?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, sorry about that internet issue. Okay,
No problem.
let's keep scrolling, Manas, please. Okay. Okay.
That's it.
I like that there are only 4 case studies, nicely organized in a grid. Glanceable, that's the keyword. What's the glanceable information you're giving me? I can see B2B website for ADP, tells me a lot. ADP is a highly complex product. And so that just gives me what I'm looking for. I see B2B AI powered photo color. I know about this project, Keto. Keep going, please. Manas, if you can scroll down a little bit. I can see time card for ADP and then LegalZoom. Okay. This is what I was telling about other portfolios as well. 4 projects, very quick overview of what these projects are about. Because I'm familiar with LegalZoom and ADP, I get a sense of your experience, but it would be nice to have a little bit more. So put a headline, sub-headline, add some more metadata onto these projects. And then I would like to see the actual work rather than the mock-ups. So that would be nice to see instead of seeing the computers. The work seems very clean, very high quality. Your portfolio is already giving me the vibe that you are a very minimalist and high quality designer. But I would take away these mocks. So I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to show that this is a multi-platform project on the bottom right, my side. You're trying to show these are web projects. So I get the point you're trying to make here, Kito, but I would still take away the mocks and showcase the work itself. Maybe a good idea to create a single column grid. So you just scroll through the 4 projects and give them more real estate to show the actual work rather than creating small squares. I think that would make a big difference. And then scrolling down, Manas, I think that's where you could add a little bit more about tools and your AI experience. You've got at least one AI project here, so talk about your AI background. So that would be nice to see. But it's a pretty tight homepage, tells me a lot very clearly. Yeah, just a couple of things there, Kito. Tighten up the copy here, change the layout from 2 columns to single column, take out the mocks images and show the actual work, and then add a little bit more depth to the copy of each project. And it's already looking pretty strong to me.
I would also work on the hierarchy here. All the texts are the same size, so
Yeah.
I would make them like in different sizes, so the user know where to look first and second and third. So
yeah, great call out, Manas.
sure. So next is Victor, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. He's a new friend. That was some big text.
Yeah.
I like it. I like these I like clarity. If I can read this text, I don't care what font size. If I can make sense out of what you've written here and understand what you do, that's bingo, guys. That's like a huge win for you. So when you write all these statements, please understand that someone's trying to process this and making sense out of it. So if you're saying that you're a product designer that has helped, you've been working in startups and you've helped them scale to successful, scale ups, that's very clear to me, right? Now, I want to see, okay, so what? Tell me about your work that speaks to this. So that's what is got me hooked already. I love the clarity and I love the simplicity of what you're trying to do. So let's keep scrolling, Manas. Projects that solve, scale, and stake. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, keep going. Yeah. Okay. Victor, the quality of your portfolio website is superlative. I like the visual experience. I love the high quality glam shots that you have about your projects. Keep scrolling, Manas. I'm just looking through. I love the testimonials. And what you have here. Okay, what is this section? It's a quick answer. Oh, love it. This portfolio has been designed in a very user-centered way. I love the quirkiness of creating FAQs and things like that. That's pretty cool. Very different. I haven't seen that before, but I love it. Okay. Since you have gone out of your way to add some FAQs, might as well add some depth. I see one-line answers to things like how do you handle feedback? Add some more depth. Give an example. Like if you're doing this, might as well go all the way, right? Really love it. This is a nice touch, very differentiated. So please add the depth. You might as well give me what I'm looking for and not leave me with one-line answers. But very cool, very cool. Let's keep going. What are these sections? Okay, so this is showing me the breadth of your work. So, okay.
These are his writings.
Nice. So this section here, Victor, starting from my writing, then if you keep scrolling, the layout breaks for me a little bit here.
Yeah.
Keep going, Manas, please. Yeah. So you can see I know what you're trying to do. Asymmetric grids is my jam. Anyone who knows me, has worked with me, knows that I love asymmetric grids, but it's not working here. You might need to tighten this up a little bit more. And I see what you're trying to do here, but maybe, just kind of fine tune this a little bit. So you have the articles here. Then you have, if you go down, I saw some visuals.
Down like here
Yeah,
or
after the FAQ, you have what clients say, and then you have some creative work. Okay, so why not move again? Reorder this, Victor. Do your testimonials right after your core projects, then show the writing, and then show this. I would just put the testimonials up. Love the FAQs, put it up right after testimonials, then show me the writing. I think that would be a good order, because I'm getting lost with this broken grid layout here. So I didn't really understand. You can see I'm trying to work backwards from bottom up because I'm trying to process your layout. So you want to move up your FAQs and the testimonials, then show the articles, and then show everything else. So that's really nice. But love how clean it is. It's very modern, very contemporary, but subtle. You have created this differentiation using color and background, but done it in a very elegant way. So I love that. The only feedback I have here, so just a moment. Yeah, so you see these mock-ups on the MacBook, that's not doing you any favor. Both of these mock-ups look the same to me. Very quickly at a glanceable level, I couldn't differentiate between this project and the one above. So maybe focus on your work and remove this mock-up. This is fine, the one with the hand. This is also very cool, very different. But the ones with the MacBook mockup, I think those are creating confusion. Now, you have created a very cool layout. You've got this parallax effect happening. And then your copy could do a little better when you say, please scroll down, Manas. When you say modern AI human centered, what does that mean? It's all cool buzzwords, but I want to know more. I want to know if this is what kind of a project is it? uh, is it a specific platform? Okay, this one action, two wins, rethinking product onboarding process to fix retailer drop off. Love this copy is spot on. There's a little bit of additional information. Add some information about the role you played, the duration of the project. If there's anything specific about which industry, was it a mobile only, that would help, some metadata. And this would have been a good opportunity to create a GIF here to show beyond this glamour shot, because it's not telling me how you actually fixed retailer drop off, right? So give me a little bit more here. Let's keep scrolling. Designing visibility for FMCG brands. Interesting. Dashboard. Okay. Again, love the hierarchy, love the layout here. Add a little bit more, just a little bit more, enough for me to know what was your role, what was your outcome, contribution, the duration of the project. Were you a lead? Were you one of the many designers in this project? Did you lead the team? Like, little bit of that helps someone understand the scope of the project and what your role was here. Okay,
I
let's
would
pull it
also
together.
make this closer together because like they're related and
Yeah.
but they're like so there is a gap between them like
Yeah. So I am curious if this is, uh, I see what he's trying to do is consistent layout, but yeah, I would just again apply some basic design principles here. I think your copy is great. It's very clear. I love the clarity on your portfolio, by the way. I just feel like adding a little bit more detail will go a long way. And then I don't like these mock-up pictures. It just seems like the same project and not clear enough. So I would just replace that with actual glam shots of your
they
project.
actually the same.
They are
Like
right. Yeah. They
it's a
just,
duplicate one. Yeah.
oh, okay, okay. So maybe it's an error there. So please fix
Yeah.
that. Then let's go all the way back to the top, Manas. I think so. We've got the projects.
Here.
Okay, this is a pretty strong portfolio already. I love the clarity. It tells me in very clear words. I love the use of your copy. You're very articulate, and you can drive clarity in your designs. Love the layout. It tells me high. It speaks to me high quality. But I'm going to try and separate the project work from the portfolio design itself. Portfolio design, highly creative, highly contemporary, very high quality. I want to see the same in your actual design work, which did not come through me very clearly. So I would just make sure that that is very clear to everyone. Thank you for sharing, Victor. This was awesome.
We have 2 to go and 6 minutes left and 2 questions. So
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I want to
Wanna
address
move to next?
questions as much as I can. So, if
Okay.
whoever's asked the questions, please stay back. We will make sure that your questions have been addressed.
Okay.
they're good questions too.
And when you say that, I get scared.
Don't be scared. They're interesting questions.
Okay. Okay. All
My
right.
first thought is, which one are you? Am I right, Rupa?
Sorry?
My first thought is, which one are you?
Yes. Yes. This is super confusing. It's not going to do you any favors when you try and go so broad. So again, guys, this is the era of specificity. Please pick your battles. What I mean by that is go deep rather than going so broad. You can always tell your story in a way that says, I'm a product designer, and then tell one or two case studies around product design, and then say, by the way, I've also had experience with UX research, UX design, blah, blah, blah. So if let's see Yasmin's work. Is Yasmin, is she an early stage designer, mid stage to senior designer? I would love to hear that a little bit.
I think work. Yeah.
Can't see
Manoj.
anything here.
4+ years of experience. Okay. At 4+ years of experience, I would expect you to be able to narrow down your focus. Guys, UX designers, product designers, they kind of blend unless you're, in a company that is very, very specific, like Meta is very specific about what they mean by product design. In general, UX design is what you want to stay with. And then you're expected to do some strategic work after 3 years, 2 years of experience. So calling yourself a UX strategist is not doing much. And you're expected to do some research work. So if you just had to pick one, I would say UX design. Okay, is this okay? Keep going. Sorry, past work. Sorry, Manas, can you let me read that on the top?
Yeah, sure.
I think, yeah. I like this actually. She's telling me that she's had some experience with healthcare and nonprofit space. Love that. Super clear. I don't have to keep digging for it. So very simple articulation of who you are as a designer, what you bring to the table, and then you have featured work in case studies. Okay, keep going. Okay, Yasmin, this is where you could add a little bit more. Cushion, Winter Pro Boards Mobile, doesn't tell me anything. Please add some metadata to each of these projects. Remove this animation. As a user, I want to be able to scroll through all of this very quickly. Give me that 30-second overview. So I like what Victor and Keto did. You scroll through and be able to read the project description before I click on anything. So this animation is not helping you. And why add see all works when you can create a grid right here and give me a little bit more about your project? So that would be my recommendation. I love the use of color here. It's subtle, it's contemporary, it's not taking away, it's not noisy. I think I'm trying to go back to the person who had some animation and color, but it was distracting. What is distracting here is this animation and all the hover effects. So please take all of that out. Create a simple grid layout that is scrollable, glanceable, and that would make a big difference to your portfolio. Okay, let's see this. This is what I want in the homepage. That's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Glitch extracts. Please write one more sentence what that means. What did you do here? What is glitch? Is a little bit about the industry, what the product is, and what your role is. When you put these kind of keywords here, UX design, UI design, web design, when I look at your work, it will tell me what you did. So don't need to write that, but write about what this product is about, what your role was, duration, and what did you bring to the table.
Rupa,
Why
people
do I
asking for click-throughs?
screenshot that says glitch? Why is
Sorry.
the brand there? Where is the work? So I'm seeing a lot of brand names, Cushion, Glitch. I don't know what that means. It's not helping you at all. Sorry, Anne, were you saying something?
No, it's okay. People are asking for click-throughs. They want feedback on case studies besides just the portfolio, which is a
Let's
whole
do that.
other We can
That
do it.
can be a session for
Really-
itself.
Yeah, we could do a special just on case studies.
Yes, we will do that. But let's use the. If you guys are open to staying for a few more minutes, I'm happy to do a few click throughs right now. So
Well,
let's
Sure.
pick your choice, Manas. We can do whichever one you like.
So let me.
yeah, I want to know what an extract means. I think vanilla
The
extract.
point I want to make is, guys, we've seen so many portfolios, and I've not felt compelled to do a single click through just yet because I'm still stuck on the home page and trying to process whether I want to spend this time. A click through is, again, if you put the user hat on, it's an investment your user is making to click on a case study and want to read more. But you've not hooked them enough to be able to get to the click through. So remember that. Okay, so redesigned website to create a professional, intuitive. This information should have been upfront. So basically tells me it's a website redesign project. Okay, to align closely with the brand. All right, keep going. This is all great information. I like the context setting, very important. Nice work. Gives me a sense of your visual design skill set. Okay, you're setting the context of what the challenges were with the current design. Let's keep going. Okay.
This is not working. I thought that I can click on this.
Yeah, I also thought this was a slideshow or a clickable thing. Okay, let's keep going. In-depth analysis of existing website. Okay, keep going, please. Where is that analysis and where is your research? Okay, what is missing here is your process.
And there's
There's
no
a lot missing here. I only see glam shots. I'm a huge fan of glam shots, but they belong to the landing page. When you're doing click-throughs and case studies, I want to see what was the project about? What did you contribute? What was the impact? Then I want to see the why. Why were you doing this? What was the research? What was the insight? What was the pain point? What was the data that told you to do this work? And then I want to see the how. How did you go about your process? So I'm missing a whole bunch of things around your analysis, your process, screenshots, the core elements of your website design, site navigation, components. All of that is unclear to me. So that's let's do one more, Manas.
Also, this looks like a link. I think that I can click on it, but it's not clickable. So
Okay. That is a big flag, guys. Don't do that to your portfolio. If there are links, please make sure links work. That puts hiring managers off like nobody's business. When you submit a portfolio and don't give your password, trust me, your chances of somebody coming back to your portfolio after 2 days is very, very low. So please don't do that to yourself. And you give them a portfolio and your links are not working. Again, they're not coming back to your portfolio. Don't do that to yourself. Okay, let's keep scrolling here. Again, I'm going through the framework, the what. What is this project about? That's super clear to me. Then I'm looking at the why. Why did you have to do this? What's the data? What's the research insight? So I can see the challenges. Okay, you've got some data here. If you have some data on what the drop-off rates were, how did you get this information about abandonment rate? Were there some anecdotes? Were there some analytics data? Please share some of that. Maybe share some of your process information here as well. Let's keep going. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, you did user research. You identified some of the core priorities. Keep going, Manas. I got this. Okay. There's a lot of I like how clean and contemporary and high quality this portfolio is, but it's missing a lot of depth for me. These are not sounding like actual case studies to me. They're sounding like showcases rather than case studies. So please add your process. Please add more depth on, hey, where did you get all of these insights and challenges and data on? Then show your process, show the before and after. You need to add more meat to the bone here. But I love the quality of the portfolio design. I love how clean it is. The what part is super clear, so clarity is there. So great job, Yasmin, so far. But just add some more depth on your case studies. When I see a portfolio like this, again, Yasmin, not picking on you here, but just helping others understand. When you see a case study like that, it leaves me with the feeling that this person is not experienced enough. They've not actually done the work. So don't do that to yourself. Whenever you're doing any project, even if it's not a real project, it's a concept project, document, document, document. You've learned that in school. You capture screenshots, you capture your process, you capture user quotes and images of you talking to someone on Zoom, your post-its, your workflows, your hand sketches. Show the dirty, messy work behind it when you want somebody to look at your case study, right? So you have great glam shots, you have great clean visuals, bring that all up front, tell the story of what projects, give me a quick overview of what you've done. And then if I click on something, I want to know how you go about solving problems. What's your process, and what the outcome is from that process.
To add something here to the navigation bar at the top. So I'm on about page right now, but I can still click on it and it doesn't show that I'm here. I want this to, like, with the underline, like to show that
So you
it's
know where you
about
are.
page. And yeah.
I caught that on another one earlier too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Wanna go to the next one?
Cross your T's, dot your I's, make sure links, grammar, all these basic things, guys, that should not take away from somebody learning about you and getting to know your work. So make sure you spend some time on that. So, okay, I love this clarity again. Clarity above everything else, clarity above gimmicks, above, buzzwords and vague descriptions, guys, will always triumph. So design leader, 10 years of experience, shipping products and building balanced design teams for multiple domains. So tells me breadth of work, tells me both IC and management experience. Love it. Very, very clear. Let's see, what else do you have here? Proprietary enterprise apps, end-to-end e-commerce, entertain. Love this. This tells me what your background is, where you have been. It tells me where you're going with this. You want to position yourself in a design leadership role, and potentially, I'm inferring this, correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be going in the direction of enterprise products, enterprise verticals. Okay, let's keep going.
I love that animation. It's subtle, but I think the accessibility people will probably not be okay with that.
Yeah. It's not taking away from my experience of reviewing this portfolio.
No, the contrast might be a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but
Yeah.
Here at the text, it
yeah, the text is a little tough.
Yeah.
Contrast wise.
Yeah. But it's still subtle enough and it's still modern enough. But yeah, you could potentially address the contrast issue there, maybe add an overlay or
It
something.
reminds me of mine, and I think that's why I like it.
Okay, so again, we'll do a click through here, but give me a moment. Sorry, I forgot the name of the person. My bad, I didn't pay attention.
Shruti.
Shruti. Okay, Shruti. I didn't read that earlier. My apologies. Shruti, I like the clarity here. You're talking about the impact. You're talking about the scope. I think you have a lot of room here to add a bit more detail here. And I do not like this image at all. It doesn't tell me anything about what you did. So I would emphasize more on maybe the full card being your glam shot and then adding some information below. Take advantage of this kind of a layout where you can show the work, right? I love the clarity, love the succinct layout, but I can't see your work. So it's not telling me the story of the quality of work that you have. And before I click on the case study, I want to get a glimpse of the quality of the work, right? So you want to make sure that's there. A lot of times we use all of these mock-up imagery that are available on internet that are all very cool and gimmicky, but they don't tell the work. So simplify this, guys. Take a simple screenshot, without all these layouts and views and angles, and just tell me what you've done. Redesigning, like I love this portfolio. This is the clarity and The information I'm getting out of this is very, very helpful. I can easily understand what Shruti's background is, the kind of work she's done, the range of and breadth of projects she's worked on is super clear. So anyone who's got feedback from me earlier on clarity or copy, please look at this portfolio, look at Victor's portfolio, look at Kito's portfolio, and you'll get some details there. But Shruti, I'm still missing the imagery. The visuals are not doing justice to the level of clarity you've provided here. The deep experience you bring with 10 years plus, work experience, I think you could do a little bit better with the right imagery there. Okay, let's do one click through. Pick any one, Manas.
Okay. Go with the first one.
Okay, again, super clear. I know what you've done here. Would be helpful to add something like right here, duration, team size, impact. The what is important when you're doing case studies. What was the project about? What was the impact? What was your role, right? So this is already very good, but please add to this. I don't like this angled screenshot. I don't know why you would do that, because looks like high quality work. I could have just benefited from a GIF or a video of you showing your flow, right? If you, sorry, Manaz, do you mind going up a little bit so I can read the modernizing? So when you have a story like a rebrand, redesign, modernizing, please show before after. It is such a strong way to tell your story. That could have just sealed the deal right here without having to even read the rest of the case study. So I've had team members where they are showing system redesign or design system creation or rebranding, and they show before after, and that's it. That's what I need to know. So this is a great opportunity to do a before after. Keep going, please. All right, keep going. Keep going, Manaz. I got that. I'm not reading every single sentence. I'm still trying to understand the layout of this case study. So I see the how here. I see your process. Too much text. I don't think I'm going to read all of that. So keep going, please. Okay, here I can see your work in progress. Oh, okay. Shruti, I am looking for more here. I'm looking for a lot more depth in your case study. It started off very strong. Let's process this, Mana. So let's go on back to the top. Again, I gave you feedback on the glam shot. I think one, where's the work? This case study has not showed me your work at all. I'm still looking for your work. So that's missing here. The clarity is very good. The information about what this project is, the impact. Manas, please keep scrolling a little bit more below this image. All of this is great. I like the challenge. I like the impact. Number of apps, duration, response, superlative, guys. Everyone looking at this case study, please follow a template like this. This is super helpful. When we, as a hiring manager, have gotten to this point, this is the information we're looking for, because it's telling us that if we have a similar scenario at our situation, our team, then this person is aligned with the kind of, hey, maybe I'm hiring for a whole new project that needs to be launched next year. Can this person take on a large 6-month project? Maybe I am looking for a whole redesign of our design system. So can this person do that, right? So at this point, I am now getting to a project level fitment, not just a team or a culture level fitment, right? So this is all very helpful. Let's keep going. Yeah, this is great, but then these purple boxes are not doing you any justice. This is where I would take all of this away and possibly show the actual work. I still do not see the work. So where did you start? What did you do? What happened in between from the before and after is what you're trying to show here. So I can see 2 different apps, a checkout app and a technician app. That's good to know the scope of work. You had a complex system level approach here with 2 different apps. You're trying to redesign both of them. But where's the process? Manas, please scroll down a little bit more. So this is nice to see. It's hard to read with all the contrast and the colors, and I can't read any of the text here very clearly. So this is not helping you at all. This sounds like a cookie cutter process approach. It's not telling me the real deal here. So if you are showing process, please show your, remember your math teacher in high school? She wanted to see the messy worksheets and not just the final outcome. This is where your chance to show your messy worksheets. So when you are showing process, please show the real process. Don't write all of this stuff to me. I can find this on the internet, and it can be very easy to skim through all of that. So let's keep going. So you show the what, you show the why, then you show the how. But I'm still missing the what here. I'm missing the actual work here. I'm missing the why. Like, did you do user research? Did you do some comparative analysis? Did you build out some kind of a site navigation? Did you build components? Where are your design components? Where are your actual UI components here? Where are the wireframes? I'm missing the whole shebang here. So please add to this. Guys, your case study is the way you tell someone how you work. And they're expecting that when you show up in design crits, when they're reviewing your work, when they are trusting you to be able to run with that project independently. They want to know that you have the technical skills and the process knowledge to be able to run a project like that. So that's missing here. Okay.
I think a lot of people were given feedback like last year that your case studies are too long, and I think people started to scale back. I left mine long. I feel my theory is better too much than too little. What do you think about that?
Good question. So even if you are keeping your case study succinct, make sure the right information is highlighted, right? So I'm not giving feedback here on the length of the case study. I'm missing all the key information about where's your work, what's your real process. You've just written a whole bunch of text on your process. That doesn't cut it for me. With 10 years of experience, I want to see more depth in terms of, so it's not about adding more, it's about replacing certain sections with the right things. Here's what I suggested to one of my students. She ended up creating a TLDR section. Here's the 30,000 feet version of my case study, and then you can keep scrolling and reading more, and that's totally fine. Why would somebody read a detailed version of your case study? One, because it was relevant to that industry. You are redesigning an operations platform, and I'm a hiring manager that works on an operations platform product. I would love to read this case study. But if you gave me this high-level skimming thing, then you have lost an opportunity to connect with the hiring manager that has a slam dunk opportunity for you here, right? So don't let that happen to you. But what if I'm somebody from, I'm just making this up, an AI agentic flow? I'm not looking at an operations platform detail, but I still want to know what your process looks like, what working with you as a designer looks like, right? And that left me longing for more here. So that would be my feedback is maybe create a TLDR version, but give the right information. I like this length. This is not bad at all. It's just missing all the information.
Thank you, Rupa. I wanted to add, like, this should take you to the homepage.
Yes.
And this is not a link right now. It's not clickable. And right now, I don't know how to get back to home.
Yeah.
Like, this is also important to be fixed. I know it's
click her name. Yeah. Oh, you can't click her name. Oh.
No, it's not clickable. Yeah.
Okay.
So I should use the keyboard back.
Okay. So, we have two interesting questions that I just want to get Rupa through. One is from Tabitha.
Can you show them? Show them in the screen. Which one are they?
Tabitha Flat, how do you recommend addressing building a portfolio and design for business strategy, parentheses, human capital strategy, recruiting transformation, supply chain transformation? I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with how and what to spotlight from design artifacts and impact when there aren't as clear wireframes website to display. I've had researchers ask similar.
Yeah. So this seems like more of a business strategy um, background, and you've not done much design work. Did I get that right? Or you want to highlight the business strategy aspect of your design work? I'm trying to understand the question a little bit.
I'm not sure if she's still here to answer that.
Yeah. When you say what to spotlight from design artifacts, but then you're saying there aren't wireframes, so you don't have design artifacts. That was why I was confused about the question.
Yeah, I think similar to the researchers, right? Like they're not designing screens. They're not so
Yeah.
how do they show their work in a way that
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I would say show screenshots of the work you have done, what's relevant to you, but tell the story. Tell the what are you trying to do here? What was the impact you had? What was the project about? What was your role? You still can tell the what story very clearly. I know people who are looking for business strategists are not looking for wireframes or visual work, but they want to understand what did you do? What impact did you have? What kind of transformation you ended up, creating? Um, and then you want to still tell the how. So, what was your process? What does working like you look like? What process do you follow? You can show some in process screenshots. Doesn't have to be wireframes, but then you can show some outcomes as well. And then the why, like what was the pain point? What was the data behind it? What signals did you have? Was it user research? Was it product data? Was it, some kind of a KPI you were trying to address? You can still tell a pretty strong story without having wireframes. But I think the structure still applies. The what, the why, and the how. I think if you can, again, I'm trying to oversimplify, guys, but in all of this noise that we see about how to build a portfolio, simplification is what will get you to the next level, not overcomplicating your stuff.
She gave us more context.
Yes.
There.
Great, Tabitha. So research methods, synthesis. So show your service design map, show your journey maps, show your KPI frameworks, and then show how you accomplished your KPIs, right? Show the story of, okay, I created these service maps as my final outcome, or that was your deliverable, but this was the process I followed. These were the tools I used to build these maps. And this is how these maps enabled this transformation. You can still tell a pretty strong story with the artifacts. These are pretty significant artifacts. This is no trivial work. Ask any designer to build a service design map. They'll tell you how complex it is. So this is not trivial work at all. It is just not going to manifest itself as a traditional wireframe or a UI design, but your work can be high fidelity. It can also have your messy, work in progress version, and you can still show screenshots and you can tell the story in the same format.
You wouldn't expect glam shots on a no. I think people feel obligated to be very designerly because that's the feedback. Like, no matter what position you are, no matter what job you're looking for, you need to knock people over with your visual design. So I think that instills a little bit of insecurity in people who don't do that. Yeah. And I think if you're a hiring manager in that space, do you have that expectation?
If you are a business strategist with background in so much of business process transformation, why would you apply to a UX design or a UI design role? That was confusing to me. UX design is a very specialized skill set, right? So if you would be looking at a consulting role, a solution architect role, those kind of roles, rather than a UX design role. So there's a misfit right there. If you're applying for a role that describes UX design outputs and artifacts expected, and you don't have them, then you're not going to make much headway there. So look for roles that align with your background and the accomplishments you've done, rather than trying to force fit. I think a lot of times, and again, this is not about you, Tabitha, but I've heard it from so many folks that I have engaged with, is they see UX design as an easier transition from where they are. It is not an easy transition. It's not an easier place. Just because you think you can solve problems doesn't make it an easier transition. So don't try and force fit. And if you are making a transition, which is totally fine, right? a lot of folks I know have moved from different disciplines like architecture or industrial design and other forms into UX design. That's totally fine. But just say it upfront. This is my background. Put the effort to create 1 or 2 concept projects that show that my background has been in business strategy. Here are a few projects I've done in UX design, and I'm in the process of making this transition. And that's pretty cool. That's totally kosher to do as well.
Thank you so much, Rupa. Everybody gets.
There was one last question,
Yes.
Shruti. Entertainment media like specialized industry. What do you mean by specialized industry? I definitely think this is a niche, and it's a focus area that you can call out as a specialization, if that's what you're trying to ask.
I think it fits in the telecom bucket now, because I know I'm working telecom, and
you're going to call Netflix a telecom company. I want to hear what they have to say.
No. Well, this is the thing. It's what we work with Netflix. We have deals with Netflix. Like we offer, we offer deals with them through us. Same with HBO. Same. So it's not telecom, but it's in the bucket of streaming through telecom, maybe.
Yeah. But I'm trying to understand why Shruti is asking that question. Is it because you want to position yourself as I have this specialization? By all means, absolutely.
So I think wanna answer question, like we have so many questions in the comments, so and we don't have time. We already passed
hours. I mean, if Rupa has time to double back, then that's great. Otherwise, I think it's like built up for the next one, and there will be more, and they're going to get bigger and better, and wait till y'all see what's coming next.
This always happens. We set up a time and we always go over because time flies, and we are trying to do this, guys, out of the goodness of our hearts to give back to the community. But I do feel we're a bit over time, so I'm happy to try and address these comments async on the LinkedIn link or wherever the questions are. Manaz, if you want to send them to me, I'm happy to do offline responses and email them back to you as well. But feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have a pressing question. And we are planning to do this again, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to do an advanced, like a senior, just for fun. But also we have other things in the works too, Rupa, but just too early to talk about.
Yeah. But guys, keep an eye out for the Swarm community page, and we'll be doing more of these events. We want to definitely keep contributing to the community. So thank you so much for joining. We went way over time. So everyone who stayed back, and Manaz, thank you so much for making the time, and thanks for putting this together. So
always. Thank you all. Have a great
weekend.
Thank you.
Giving this quality feedback. Like, thank you.
Of course.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Manaz.